What's up, everyone? Hit that like and subscribe button and feel free to leave a comment. I sit here today not as someone who's had an easy life, but as someone who has learned how to fight through unimaginable challenges. I faced a car accident that broke my jaw, collarbone, 3 ribs, punctured my lung, and fractured my C7 vertebrae. I've survived a meth lab explosion that could have ended everything, and I've spent time in federal prison. It's not easy to share all this, but I'm here because my story isn't about the pain. It's about the rise after the fall. It's about proving that no matter how far down you go, you can climb back up, shine, and inspire others. Today, I'll take you through the toughest moments of my life and the lessons that transformed me. My hope is that by the end, you'll see that your own challenges, no matter how impossible they seem, can be the foundation of something great. The crash that changed everything. Let's start with the car accident. I'll never forget the sound, the chaos, and the pain. I woke up in the hospital, barely able to move. My body was shattered. My jaw wired shut, ribs broken, collarbone broken, and my breathing labored from a punctured lung. Doctors told me I was lucky to be alive. But honestly, I didn't feel lucky. Lying in that hospital bed, I had a lot of time to think. I asked myself, why me? Why was I still alive when so much of me felt broken? But here's the thing about hitting rock bottom. It gives you a new perspective. I realized that as long as I was breathing, I had a chance to fight back. Rehabilitation was brutal. Every small movement felt like climbing a mountain, but I learned something powerful. Progress doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be consistent. One day I sat up. The next week, I took a step. Every little victory reminded me that I was still in control of my life, no matter how shattered I felt. That accident didn't just break my body. It broke the excuses I had been living with. It taught me that strength isn't about how much you can lift. It's about how much you can endure and still keep moving forward. As if the car accident wasn't enough, there was the meth lab explosion. You heard that right, a meth lab explosion. That was a moment that should have ended my life. The force, the heat, the chaos is something you can't forget. Now let me give you a quick understanding about the difference of a high heat, fast as a blink of an eye explosion and a burn you get on your hand or finger. You know, many of you have had a burn on your hand, whether it was from a stove, a lighter, or a barbecue pit, and it hurts, right? You're like, son of a bee, right? The difference in a high heat, fast explosion is you're in shock and your adrenaline is running high, so you don't feel the pain instantly. When this incident happened, I was out of that house faster than a 1-minute quickie. I was running down the alleyway with my flesh just hanging like a piece of skin coming off a chicken leg. I was scared, frightened, and the thought of the unknown was racing through my head. Am I going to be all right? Am I going to get busted? Is this the end of me? Now let me tell you, the smell of burnt flesh is instilled in my mind. The pain and smell of burnt flesh, I relived the incident over and over and over all throughout my life. And the pain didn't truly come on until the next day, waking up in the hospital and the medication had wore off. Now talk about pain. I didn't think it was humanly possible to go through that much pain and survive. But let me be real. That explosion wasn't just a freak accident. It was the result of the choices I was making at the time. I was caught up in a lifestyle that was dangerous, reckless, chasing things that didn't matter while ignoring everything that did matter. When I came out of that explosion alive, it was like life screaming at me, wake up! That moment forced me to face some hard truths. I wasn't just hurting myself, I was destroying the relationships and opportunities that could have made my life meaningful. Surviving that explosion was a second chance, a chance to rebuild not just my body, but my purpose. I had to stop blaming circumstances and start taking responsibility. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. That explosion wasn't the end of me, it was the beginning of a new mindset, one that was determined to create something better out of the ashes. Now, federal prison, turning a cage into a classroom. After the explosion, life didn't get easier. Federal prison was next. Let me tell you, walking into prison is like stepping into a whole different world. Everything you know is stripped away. Your freedom, your privacy, your identity, gone. At first, I was angry. I blamed the system, other people, and everything but myself. But prison forces you to confront the truth. And the truth was this: I was there because of my choices. That realization was painful, but it was also empowering. Why? Because if my choices got me there, my choices could also get me out mentally, emotionally, and eventually physically. I decided to use my time wisely. I started reading books, learning about discipline, and reflecting on who I wanted to be when I got out. Prison became my classroom. I learned that growth doesn't depend on where you are physically. It depends on where you are mentally. I also realized the importance of gratitude. Even in a place like prison, there were things to be thankful for. My health, the people who still cared about me, and a chance to plan a better future. When I finally walked out, I wasn't the same person who walked in. I was stronger, wiser, and more determined to build a life that mattered. You know, each of these experiences, the car accident, the explosion, the prison, taught me lessons that I carry with me every day. One was resilience is a choice. Life will break you, but you get to decide whether you stay broken. Every setback is a setup for a comeback if you're willing to fight for it. Two, take responsibility. Blaming others is easy, but it keeps you stuck. Owning your mistakes is the first step toward real change. Three, gratitude changes everything. No matter how bad things seem, there's always something to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you still have. Four, your past doesn't define you. The mistakes made, the scars I carry, they're part of my story, but they don't define who I am today. You're not your worst moment. Five, the rise and shine. So, how do you shine after going through so much darkness? You start by believing that you can. I realized that my story wasn't just for me, it was for others. If I could survive all of that and still find a way to rise, then maybe my story could inspire someone else to do the same. I started focusing on rebuilding my relationships, chasing my dreams, and giving back to my community. I turned my pain into purpose, my scars into stories, and my setbacks into stepping stones. And here's what I've learned. The light you're looking for is already inside you. It's in your resilience, your determination, and your ability to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible. Today, I'm living proof that you can rise from the ashes of your worst moments. The car accident didn't define me. The explosion didn't end me. Prison didn't break me. Each of those experiences shaped me into a person who refuses to give up, to shine, who wants to inspire others. If you're going through something right now, remember this: you're stronger than you think. Your pain has a purpose, and your story isn't over. So stand tall, keep fighting, and never forget you were made to shine. keep that king mentality, always dripping, never tripping. All I need is my money. And the hustle continues no matter what. Thank you.